And I do believe we are live with signal this time.
Oh, we're getting this shit down.
Oh, this is getting pretty easy at this point. It's almost second nature. As always, what is going on, everybody? I'm Bill.
Steve?
Welcome to another shot. Where our lives are always open for them. So feel free to join up and just go ahead and start commenting. And man, I went completely blank there. That's how you start a show.
Yeah, let's have a fucking chat.
Let's have a chat, a drink. Yeah, cheers. We've got the real deal coming here shortly. We've been running low on time today. It's been a busy, hectic day, but let's get the proper apple out of the way. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's good. And as always, I make sure to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, actually our only sponsor as of right now. Awesome guy. If you are a diesel driver, if you have any questions about diesel vehicles, you're thinking about buying a diesel vehicle, anything and all diesel, our boy Steve's Diesel Shop, LLC, 724-269-747, 0477. If you're in the Mercer County or surrounding areas and you've got any questions at all, this man has the answer for you. As always, whenever you make the phone call, you'll talk to one of the sweetest girls in the world. They'll make sure that you're on the road, answer any and all questions. Again, Steve's Diesel, LLC. Look him up on Facebook.
He'll get you on the road and off the road.
On the road and off the road. He does pulling. He does it all. You ought to see what this man can do. So, that being said, it is balls hot in here for some reason.
Yeah, that northeast humidity's a bitch.
Ugh.
Wait, what about the hurricane? What's the news on the hurricane? I don't watch the news.
I haven't paid much attention to what's been going on.
Yesterday was windy as fuck, like all day. It was like a constant fucking wind. But I don't think we got much of it.
I mean, it rained a little last night. We'll talk about last night here shortly for everybody that's new to this. We had quite the adventure last night, but yeah. I learned some stuff about my co-host, my partner in crime.
No, we had just talked about the episode before about how much I hate ghosts and how like I got fucking ghosts holding me down. So we go ahead and look for them. It seems like a terrible, terrible fucking idea.
So naturally, we went ahead and went out and did it.
Yeah.
We had an original plan, but as always, we like to put it, life happens. So we did not get to go through with the original plan, but we came up with a very acceptable replacement. We took a trip to McConnell's Mills. It was what, about 11 o'clock?
Something like that when we got down there, yeah.
I mean, it was like the perfect environment, the perfect conditions for it. I mean, it was dark. It was misting rain on and off.
Creepy as fuck.
It was... Oh, I mean, yeah. But for those of you who don't know, McConnell's Mills is a state park about 20, 25 miles from here. I've been there. I've been going there all my life. And it's just up until recently, I've started learning some of the legends. So what we did was we decided to try and capitalize on some of these legends. One of the legends is that there was a mill operator that there was a accident at work and the man ended up losing his life. And you're supposed to be able to see his ghost walking the normal trail. They say you see him carrying his lunch. He, supposed to enter the mill. You see a light every now and then. They say you hear a scream. The other legend, and I think every town's got this type of legend, where a young lady was in an accident on the bridge, well, involving the bridge. I don't know if she wrecked on the bridge, if it was on one side or the other. Either way, her ghost is supposed to haunt the covered bridge that is directly beside it. And the legend is, if you park your vehicle in the middle of the bridge, you are supposed to be able to honk your horn 3 times and it summons her. You will see her in the rearview mirror, and all accounts say that when you see her, your immediate response is to look in the back seat, and that's when she disappears. So, that being said, those are the 2 big ones. Other than the fact that multiple, I think on a yearly basis, somebody has an accident, falls into the Slippery Rock, and anybody that's ever been down there, the water is extremely treacherous from the mill on down. Many people have drowned in that. So the spirits would be high in that area. That being said, it definitely got on top of you last night, buddy. You were not a fan, but kudos to this man. He made it through the whole way.
I was sweating so bad I smelled like a locker room afterwards.
It was rough. It was rough, but we did not see anything. Nothing out of the unusual. Anybody that has watched this video, there's a lot of learning curves to what we were doing. The next time we decide to do an adventure like that, we will definitely be a little bit more prepared.
The big thing is we want to do this live. Like YouTube, Facebook, they both have like these prerequisites that you have to meet before you get certain privileges. And one of them is the amount of subscribers and followers. Facebook's 50.
No, Facebook's 100.
Facebook's 100.
And YouTube, believe it or not, is 50. Now, we can do this through the laptop, my computer camera, as long as we are on the actual site. But the moment we start using our phones and try and go through the app, that's when all the prerequisites come into play.
Mobile. To go mobile.
So it would have been a lot more fun to have been able to do that live. That way we could have sat there for a minute, gave everybody a chance to get on there. Unfortunately, we had to do it. We had to do it just pre-recorded and then posted afterwards. But all in all,
I'd like to go live just in case something happens to us. They see it like live.
It actually happened.
Live Blair Witch.
So I'm going to take this opportunity to say, make sure you tell your friends about our YouTube page. As many subscribers as we can get, like and subscribe it. Make sure you get on here and join our chats. Follow us on Facebook. It's under Another Shot. I've posted the link multiple times. The fun part is, once we hit 50 subscribers on YouTube, we need 50 subscribers on YouTube. Once we hit that, our boy Steve here is going to put himself through a little bit more torture to where he ends up waxing his nose hairs live.
Oh, I'm going to rip him the fuck out. Ripping the fuck out.
So if you want to see a 6'9", 200+ pound individual in tears, he shook his head.
Gotta get rid of that nose beard.
Back to the original. I just got a notification. Let's make sure everybody can hear us properly.
Yeah, like and subscribe, guys. Helps us out.
Boy. So anyways, our carriers. Good times. So back to last night. We didn't see anything. I took plenty of pictures. Now, one of the things I found out that I've learned, because I've done these ghost tours before, as when you take a picture, you always want to do it in 3 or more, because one picture, is debatable. When you got multiple pictures, let's say you've got 5 pictures and 4 of them show nothing, and then there's one that does show, or maybe you have 2 that shows the same exact thing and then 3 that don't. Either way, it takes away the debate, the argue, makes it harder to argue what you've seen. That being said, we didn't see anything. The pictures are debatable at best. Now, there are a couple of them where there seems to be some anomalies, but again, I didn't get the best of pictures. It wasn't the best setting. I couldn't take the pictures how in the way I wanted to. But I mean, again, power of suggestion. Maybe, our mind told us that we wanted to, but fact of the matter is there are a couple pictures where him and I have seen the exact same thing. And then I showed it to a third person today who happened to look at one of those pictures and noticed it as well. Now, where things get interesting.
I already got the goosebumps. I already got him.
No joke.
I already got him.
So, as we were recording,
the second video about 23 plus seconds
not even that much. It was only like 17 seconds in, I think, because we're at the 23. We're having, I happened to be talking at that point about, no, we're not professionals. We're still doing the learning curve and we're still going through all this. Mid-sentence, I no sooner say the words "we're going on legend," I heard a noise that could only be described as maybe a small hollow bang or some sort of thud.
And the only place in that environment we were at that point that could have happened would have been from within the mill or up against the siding of the mill. It was like that old wood sound, like old hollow wood.
So naturally, I stop, and you can hear me. What was that? And to which this gentleman finally gets his attention, and all senses are high. Now, we did see what looked like a light. Now, there were a lot of lightning bugs out, but this one didn't look yellow. This was a very distinct white light, just like a white dot. And then it didn't just did it seem like it faded out to you, or did it seem like it just kind of went out and then came back on? Like it did it 3 different times.
I don't know.
Then after so many times, we just finally determined it was a bug. So something like that can be easily. So here's where the plot thickens. Steve did not initially hear it. So as we're in a car, we have this, obviously in a car, it's surround sound, much better quality sound. You could hear a very low, distinct thud noise. Now, we were only about 200, 300 yards away from the mill. We had heard nothing else. Some people might say, okay, it was big stick fell, big limb fell. We're in the woods. It could have been anything. This is where it really gets fun. So today, me and this gentleman get together and we're going over the footage again. And he hooks it up to a high quality Bose speaker. Not only do you hear the initial, it's very light, the initial thud. Once we turned it up, so we could see if we can tell what it was, there wasn't 1, there wasn't 2, there wasn't 3, there was a total of 5 distinct thuds that were spaced out, probably about 10 seconds in between each.
Which makes me wonder, how many thuds do you think we might have missed because we were so close? The waterfalls run right through it. How many might we have missed while we were on the bridge, next to the bridge, or right when we were closer to the water?
What I find interesting, though, is we didn't hear it until we had already started walking away. So, and then we didn't even hear the other 4 after the first initial until today, when we were able to amplify the sound and really pick up on a lot of other stuff. And what's funny is we heard 5 of them, and then as we're going along, we start walking away. We don't hear it no more. We're standing there for quite a while. You can tell when we're just kind of standing there and looking to see what might happen. But I can't say last night was a total failure or a total debunk.
No, I think it's going to warrant another investigation live, and we want to try the Ouija board, but we want to try the Ouija board live because
I want everybody to see. Now,
I mean, we could easily just go down and up, but
we're gonna
live, like some fucking input.
We are definitely going to have some better quality equipment this time. Last time like I said, we had an idea, but as usual, life as always happens. And it was an impromptu decision to go to McConnell's Mills. So yes, I do want to go back out and try this again. A spiritualist would probably say, well, we disturbed him. We roused him. We got some, we roused a response. But then again, there's no telling where that thud was. That might not even have been inside the mill. For all we know, I mean, if it was spiritual, it could have been the girl on the bridge.
Yeah. And now I want to know, like everybody else, before we go down there raising the dead or go anywhere else raising dead. I know a lot of people have different philosophies on, disturbing those eternally and not eternally laid to rest. I don't know if people think it's a good idea. People think it's a bad idea. People think it's moral or unmoral. Unethical, yeah, for these quests.
But I will say this, to play the devil's advocate on that, I would say there's more people than not that are wanting to see it, judging from how popular all these ghost shows still are. Ghost Hunter, Ghost Trackers. You see them on YouTube. You see them on, hell, AMC Discovery.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just give us some background. Give us some thought on, give us your thoughts. On that note, we are not just ghost hunters. If you've got a particular adventure, a particular drink, a particular restaurant, something, let us be your test guinea pigs.
Yeah, that's fun. It's fun.
If you know of a restaurant, if you know of a location, I mean, just anything. And the more popular we get,
the more shit we'll try.
Oh, the more shit we'll definitely try. The bigger the opportunity. But yeah, neither one of us had any problems going to sleep last night afterwards. Everybody woke up refreshed and ready to rock. No spirits followed us home.
Nope, we left the Ouija board in the trunk.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I refuse to bring that fucker in the house.
Nope. We were gonna leave it out in the garage, but there was just that little twinge, like better safe than sorry.
Yeah, it can hunt the fuck out of. It can hunk the fuck out of my trunk. That's fine. Fucking boo.
Yeah, nothing like a haunted vehicle while you're driving, to wherever, right? Crossing a bridge, right turn now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that could be bad.
There's a thought for you.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin things for you. There's our regular. What is up, girl?
I'm already scarred. In other news, I did hear something today. On ghost related, that all the strip clubs in Florida are suing the state of Florida.
Say what?
Yeah, the strip clubs in Florida are suing the state of Florida because Florida has just mandated that to be a stripper, you have to be 21 years old. Agree or disagree?
I agree with that. I'm sorry.
21?
Yeah, 21's the safe route.
I didn't know they weren't.
18's really, when you think about it, pushing the.
I didn't know they weren't 21. figured.
I agree. 28. I thought for the most part, especially since the majority of your gentlemen's club are 21 and older to begin with. They're bars. They serve alcohol. They serve beer.
Now, what about the girls that carry around the trays and sell shots, 18 or 21? So I think this new law rule pertains to even that. Shot girls.
Okay,
Shot
so
girls.
my thought is I would much rather the person serving me alcohol is 21. It takes away all reasonable doubt, because I mean, even if you're not a gentleman's club and you're just a regular hole in the wall, to have somebody, and I agree with this 100%. 18 working in a bar is really kind of pushing the, it's pushing the boundaries.
And that's just a bar.
Because, I mean, let's face it. Like, I mean, especially after a certain time, usually after 9 o'clock, you can't be in a bar unless you're 21 anyways.
Right.
So why not just, I personally would rather not push it. Now, that being said, I have somebody that has wanted to help me when I go out and DJ that is allowed in at 18 as long as they don't go anywhere near and they just stay back with me. So it kind of begs the question, honestly. My honest to God opinion, yeah, I think 21 is the safe route.
I'd go safer because I mean there are a lot of guys just go to strip club just for the environment, but there are also a lot of fucking total scumbags that go to these joints and they would dig into an 18-year-old. You know what I mean? Like I think 21 should be across the country. I think that should be everywhere.
I mean, it's just So to answer your question, I think the standard should be just 21. There's so many other jobs out there for college girls and college guys for that matter.
Yeah. First thing that came to mind, I was like, holy fuck. I was like, I figured they'd all have to be 21.
Dude, DoorDash. Like if you're here in Grove City, go work the outlets. I mean, that's the perfect job for a college student. Most of them work with your schedule. I would just, even if you're not in college, I'm sorry, it's just one of those. I don't think we should push it. I really don't. So
I don't think
sorry, girls of Florida. I'm siding with the state on this one. I think it should be 21.
Yep, bare minimum. I don't think the strip club scene's as big as it used to be. I don't think. I mean, we don't have shit for strip clubs around here. Pittsburgh, I went to one recently in Pittsburgh on a weekend. I mean, not recent, about a year or so ago. I fucking barely remember it, but it was packed. It was packed. But I think the ones in the city are busy. But I think these rural ones, they're a dying breed.
It's man, I can't even think of the last time I was in one.
First time I went to one, I was 18.
I was 18 the first time I went into one.
I was supposed to be 21. I was supposed to be 21. BYOB. We walked in. We said we didn't have our IDs. Guy trusted us, so we walked right the fuck in. 6-pack. That's all it took us back then. Get the engine started. Oh, this was great. And I had.
Wow. That was my very first place. That was it for me. Out there in Greenville.
I was cursed by my first strip club because they had a shower room, and I'm only 18, so it's 2 girls going at it in the shower.
What's fun about when I was going? Are you done? Sorry. I feel
go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, unless you want to know how it ends. 2 girls in the shower. You want to know how it ends?
I got a good imagination.
Yeah, we went to a strip club every weekend for like the next 6 months.
So I used to go with a buddy of mine, And what's fun is he was 17, but I'd been going into this place for quite a while at this point. And they knew me, they trusted me. I kind of took advantage of that. And even though they never fully carded him, I always gave him my college library card.
They don't have an age on it, do they?
No,
But it just says you're in
it just,
college.
yeah. I mean, I'm young and dumb at this point, so
Right.
you know, he went in a good handful of times with me, and they never questioned it. And of course, I was always known as the gentleman of the Gentlemen's Club. They all knew me by name. I knew most of them by name. Yeah, Queen of Hearts was my haunt for quite a while, and it got to a point where I was one of the few that could actually go in there and sit at the floor, and they'd come over, just kind of chat for a second, and then move on down. You know, because etiquette is, if you sit at the dance floor, you have to tip them. That's the etiquette. That's the rule.
Yep, not in change either. That didn't work.
So, I think if you go in there, come on, you know why you're going in there. To go in there and just, spend a couple hours playing pool and drink a few beers off to the side, I think is, what's the point? You can go to another bar for that.
Yeah.
It's just
tip the ladies. They're not there for you. They're there for the money.
This is true.
They're there for the money.
Of course, I've also actually worked with a cat. Well, he used to. I don't think he's there anymore. He was a union carpenter that swore up and down every time he went into this one that there was a dancer that was absolutely in love with him.
I had one of those.
Everybody always thinks that, I mean, that's not to say that they're not friendly, that they're not going to be nice, that they won't just sit down and chat, but they're all in love. It's a place of fantasy. You go in to see the beautiful women. It's just kind of they're not in love with you. 9 times out of 10, they've got a boyfriend, and the ones that are in love with you are the ones you don't want to be in love with anyways. So
I had one, and I actually got a real phone number because she couldn't speak a lick of English. She was from South America, Brazilian, and she only spoke Portuguese. So this is before we had like Google Translate and shit. So I would sit there, wait all day for her to text me, break out my English to Portuguese, Portuguese to English dictionary.
Oh boy.
Just so I could text her back. Thank God Emojis came around.
Well,
I almost learned Portuguese from a strip club.
It's bring up the Brazilians, the Portuguese, the South Americans. When I was working for Halliburton, there was actually 2 of them side by side. And one was used to be a biker bar, and it got converted into a gentleman's club. It wasn't bad. You went in there, they had their, they had blackjack tables and pool tabs.
At a strip club?
Yes.
Where the fuck is this?
Williston, North Dakota. The other one didn't have the blackjack tables nor the pool tabs. It was a legit through and through gentleman's club. So
wow.
When you went in there, most of the dancers were not in there to dance. And that was the one place where you really did not want to sit at the dance floor. You went in there because there was only a handful of places you go to have a good drink. And the drinks were cheap. Bartender was cool. But
they weren't there to dance?
They were there was a lot of them from South America. They would travel all the way up there from Michigan. A lot of them from Detroit.
They hookers?
They were women of the night. And they would follow the oil boom. So, meaning
petroleum?
Where the workers where the workers are, where most everybody was going to where the drilling was hot. That's all the dancers would go because that's where they're going to make, quote unquote, the most money. And yeah, it was kind of one of those. You'd go in on occasion, but us that work like in the chem barn or on cement side, anybody that worked in the plant area itself didn't go in there all that often. Really, we didn't. A lot of us went to the bowling alley to play blackjack or one of the local hotels, and we'd sit down at the blackjack table or pool tabs, or you know, it's just one of those, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds like it's somewhere to try and just to get some feedback and some views.
Yeah, negative. I can give you directions on how to get there. Williston is literally a blink and you're through it. You're 60 miles south of the Canadian border. You are 15 to 20 miles east of the Montana border. So I tell you what, in the wintertime, the sun was gone by like 4. In the summertime, there was one night, it was literally like 9:30, almost 10 o'clock, and the sun was still high in the sky. So that's the weird mountain time when you're that far north. It was crazy.
Yeah, I just don't think strip clubs are as popular with like cell phones and all the technology we got, porn sites and stuff like that. I think strip clubs are.
Most of them are posting anymore, even on their Facebook, whatever page you look them up on. They flat out say no cell phones.
Yeah, I mean, but you could pretty much fucking look up a strip show on your phone. From your house, you don't have to worry about the DUI
or weird women in real life.
Yeah. Oh, I did go to one in Vegas. This was probably my biggest outlier. A strip club in Vegas. Me and my army buddies, we had about a 5-hour layover at Vegas International Airport. Our sergeant says, "You guys got 5 hours in Vegas. Be late." We ran out of the fucking airport like full speed. Ended up getting one of those like limo Escalades or whatever. And we asked the driver. We said, "We got 5 hours in Vegas. What do you recommend?" He took us to this nightclub, and they had a dress code. We were just coming off 2 weeks of desert duty, so all we had on were jeans and shit like that. We did not meet the dress code, and the line was huge. So then he said, "I'm going to take you to a strip club." So he took us to a place and walked us in there to the door. And he said,
Chippendale.
Yeah, no, not Chippendales. And he said, this is crazy. The Vegas strip club was nuts. And he's like, these guys, they're my army buddies, take good care of them. So automatically they roped us off a VIP area. I went up to the bar and I said, "Yeah, let me get a Miller Lite." And she said $10. I was like, "Whoa, holy fuck." Like for a bottle in Vegas at a strip club, $10. Lap dances, the girls would come around, especially since we were in the VIP, a bunch of army dudes, and we would give them like $1, and they looked at us like we were on crack. Which was like, I think that's like the standard like quick little lap dance while you're seated like not around anything,
right?
An evil single. Because
do you remember what cheerleaders used to be beforehand? There was another place. Was it like Club Elite or something like that? It's not Club Erotica. That's
Europa. Was it Europa?
No, it was.
That was Florida. I've been to a few.
Anyways, the only time I've ever been there, I've never been there when it's been cheerleaders and I almost talked Sarah into going to one time. It was their New Year's Eve party, and Cisco was there.
That thong.
For those of you who don't know who Cisco is, he did the thong song. Before that, he was a part of Drew Hill.
Yeah.
He was a big name back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and then just kind of faded out. But I'd gone in there with my stepbrother at the time to go see it. Let's see if you remember this name, Stephanie Swift. At the time, she was one of Vivid Video's. Ooh, there's another throwback. She was one of Vivid Video's top actresses. She was on that list with Bare Elegance.
Jesus,
Listen
fuck.
to this. Wow.
Jesus, fuck. You're getting some education here.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, game on. So Bare Elegance. I went in to go see Stephanie Swift. Now, this actress, she was a porn star. And
Continue.
she would have been in the same list as like Jenna Jameson, Sylvia Saint, all the top ones. Asia Carrera back in the 90s. So that being said, I went in. I can't remember how much. I don't think the door price was all that much. And a lot of people were disappointed because unbeknownst to us, I think maybe my stepbrother might have known because he knew those places. I'm not gonna say he frequented them, but he knew them. Pittsburgh ordinance inside city limits, there is a no nudity clause, so they had to wear G-strings and pasties.
Oh, the pasties, the dreaded pasties.
So I actually paid the extra money. Not only did I get and this is back before DVD, I had a VHS that was all, her more popular clips. She autographed a poster, and I got a Polaroid with her. Now, anybody that knows me knows I don't smile hardly ever in pictures.
How could you not at that point?
And I'm kind of standing there, and everything's going good. Now, she had the world's biggest bodyguard. Like this was a true
like
big
Shaq and like John Cena had a baby.
Oh, and
Shakina.
Yeah, this was a big, yeah, exactly. This was a monster dude. And he comes up and he goes, he's kind of gruff at first. He goes, all right, on the count of 3, I'm going to take, he goes 1, 2. And he goes, do you want your heart on in that picture? And I have the world's dumbest look because I'm trying so hard not to smile and crack up at the same time. So he made sure to take this picture with me with a stupid look on my face.
Stupid look and a stiffy.
And I still have the picture. I didn't have a stiffy. But I mean, she came over and I paid to have dances with her. But the problem is, management had scheduled her to go do some stuff. And then they had her go and do some photo ops with some of the management. So I ended up, I was supposed to get 3 songs. I got 1 song. It wasn't even a whole song. It was a half a song. But honestly, I wasn't too mad about it because, I mean, dude, she was the true girl next door. She was an absolute sweetheart. Like I was looking at her and I guess I must have let it known somehow that I was nervous. She goes, because she kept going, "You okay?" I'm like, I'm just kind of, She goes, "Honey, I'm just a woman." And I was like,
"Yeah, but I saw all
bit of you that I can actually see."
Yeah.
But absolute sweetheart. She no longer does adult movies anymore. She actually is now. There is a church that has formed that is trying to help women that are in the porn industry get out.
Really?
Yeah. So she's a big time member of that. And I guess the 90s really kind of came crashing down. And I tell you what, the internet, honestly, if you've ever watched on Netflix, it's called When Porn Ends. A lot of them, they were big name stars back in the 90s. Some of them still do some stuff, but they said back then you fought to be on the cover of the movie box, whatever it was. You wanted, you fought really hard to be the main attraction. You wanted that movie cover.
It's a big deal.
And nowadays, I mean, with it, sorry, I must have missed that one. Which one? Oh, okay. I think she was commenting on the Netflix. But nowadays, I mean, it's it's impossible not to find free porn out there. It really is. And
remember every truck stop had like the Playhouse Boutique.
oh God, yes.
Every single truck stop right next to it, it was Whack Shack right there, and they had like they had private viewing booths.
Oh God.
And
the
they
adult
had
arcades, they called them.
Yeah. For me, they were called the Playtime Boutiques outside of every truck stop. And now I can't tell you that last time I seen one.
The hot lizards. No, that's a completely different monster.
Oh yeah.
That's that's an animal that I don't even think Jack Hanna would have touched.
Yeah. The lot lizard.
Ugh.
So other than strip clubs and pornos, I did hear another disturbing thing about jail today.
Oh.
There is a woman. All right, I didn't find out who she is, but she was. They called her the Killer Ma. All right, she's been in jail for a very, very long time for murders. So, but the whole time she's been in prison, she's been delivering phone sex to people outside. So she's been, kind of running her own business. Comes to find out that she's going to be released here at some point, and she has a lot of suitors on the outside. So is that okay for her to be delivering phone sex in jail to probably some rather wealthy men, fucking fucked up men? So she'll get out of jail after committing murder and probably live a pretty fucking good life.
It happens all the time, though. Honestly, you'd be surprised.
Phone sex in jail.
Well, look at it this way. I mean, there's even Manson family members that have gotten out and they're living normal lives now. And it's just kind of.
I mean, I don't know the depth of her charges and her murders. I mean, murder is murder at the end of the day, but
okay, I'm gonna have to disagree with our onliner here. Shouldn't have any rights. I disagree with that 100% because in the end, they are still people, and not everybody that goes in there is going to come out the same as they went in. Some do come out worse. There's a lot of them that do go in there and reform, honestly. But then again, I worked both state and I work county. Counties where you see the most repeat. There are those guys that just.
Oh yeah, because
they're in and out. I mean,
county's the short stay, man. That's less of a lesson learned. You go to state prison. I mean, you're in there for over 2 fucking years, and
Oh yeah, it's amazing how losing the freedoms that you do take for granted changes a person. Oh, hang on. Murdered my friend, his own wife, and he's on dating sites from prison.
Yeah, fucking internet in prison. Fuck.
Well, I mean, Manson. There's a woman that fell in love with Charles Manson. I bring him up again, and I can't remember if they denied it or if he got married. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, he got married in prison.
I could see getting married in prison.
He met a girl out there. I mean, a lot of these guys will, they can still send letters out. They find ways of getting stuff out. As far as dating sites, I would probably rather a dating site than a lot of these places that allow them to do telemarketing. Whereas you are allowing, you're basically giving personal information to an inmate. Now, on the flip side of that, most of the time, these inmates are the ones that are going to be the short timers. They're in there for victimless crimes. They're in there just to kind of
serve some dumb shit time.
Yeah. But I say all this because I am that guy that I think everybody deserves a second chance. Now, it's what you do with that second chance that defines you as a person, honestly. So you messed up, you did what you were supposed to do. I'm not going to hold it, you did what you did. Is not did what you're supposed to do, but you did what you did.
Right. Now when I did time, right, the inmates, they would pass their notes through the only There were two types of people that worked in the prison. County. I only did county. It was the folks that did the laundry and the folks that worked in the kitchen because they got to see every block every day. You know,
Right,
they
right.
collect the laundry. So there would be relationships formed within the prison between male and male, female and well, female only had one block, but male and female, once they found out, because you could ask a guard if this person was in there and they would tell you. And then all you have to do is, you know, slip someone who worked in the kitchen a letter and have them pass it on to somebody
Right.
else's tray. If you were passing out the trays in jail or prison, you were jail Jesus. You were the AT&T and the Verizon of inside the prison system.
I mean,
So I think it would happen regardless. But this year with the Killer Ma, I don't know. I think there's going to be a Netflix on it.
it's possible. There's a Netflix on everything.
There is a Netflix on everything, especially serial killers.
But I mean, like I said, I mean, again, I've said it multiple times. That's my opinion. I'm not always right. I'm not always wrong either. But I mean, I can't say I've never done time. I've never been behind, but I've seen how those guys live. Watch an American Crime, true story. Okay, so when you start saying, watch this, watch this, watch this, they're going to make sure they show all the worst of the worst. And there's shows like 60-Day Lockdown. It's hard to tell what's real and what's not real. Only what I've seen actually working in the system. So I mean, TV's always going to make things out to be a million times worse because I mean, if you literally told real life, truth be told, it would be boring. So I'm with you. I do like to watch documentaries. I like, you know, I do have a weird fascination with some of these unsolved crimes. These guys that I've said Manson, the Son of Sam, Richard Ramirez, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ed Gein, all these guys. I mean, BTK, but yeah, I mean, those are guys that the ones that from the 60s, I think, but it's nuts. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, to quote Con Air, you know, when we start saying, you know, this guy's crazy or that's nuts.
Con Air, one of the greatest movies of all time.
One of the greatest movies ever made, honestly.
All fucking time. I fucking love you, Nicolas Cage.
When he's sitting there with Steve Buscemi. His character was a serial killer.
He wore like the Hannibal mask.
Yes, when he first came on. He said, just hop in and say, what's up, Fockers? What's up? There's our boy Glick. What is going on, man? Feel free to throw in some thought. Like I said before, our lives are open forum. So whatever you want to talk about, man, run it right now. I mean, we've gone from last night's escapades to porn, strip clubs, and now we're talking about the prison system.
Yeah.
But Steve Buscemi said, you know, what about a person that works 40 hours a week for a minimum wage job and at the end all he gets is, you know, a handshake? Wouldn't you say that's crazy? That's summarizing it, but you kind of get the idea. You know, there's so many, I mean, truth be told, the definition of insanity is repeating the same process over and over, expecting different results. And we're all guilty of that. So, in all honesty, no, I think people do change. I think people deserve a chance to get back out and, you know, it's like I said, it's up to them on what they do with that second chance. Work to live. work yourself into a great. Ain't that the truth? And in the end, I mean, that's why me personally, I love working. I like going out, but I tell you what, my time, I love to travel. I love to get. I want to live life. I think life has so many small pleasures out there that you know I want to try and experience all of it. I'm not gonna. I try not to anymore. The older I get, I try not to dwell on the past. I try not to dwell on past mistakes. I try and take those mistakes, learn from them, and live that better life. Live that happy life.
Yeah.
Like for me, happiness was 2 weeks ago on the beach.
Fucking beach.
There was. I don't think there was one dull moment, honestly. And like I said, I was the one that slept in the longest out of everybody. But when we got up, I mean, it was all go. We met some adversity, like no stove in our suite, like we originally thought there was going to be, and luckily we had some people back us and pay it forward, help people. Nothing feels better. Agreed. I for one am, and I can vouch for this gentleman sitting beside me. Both of us would be that type of person that we've been down, we've seen it, and I don't think that anybody deserves to feel that way. So I will do what I can, even if it means arguing with you, or I'll do what it takes to try and raise somebody up. Now, granted, I've been known to push harder than what needs to be, but when I know somebody's got potential, I'm gonna push for it. I'm gonna strive for it. Because I'm one of those people that does like to see people win. Hence the reason we're doing this. Honestly, we've got some people out there that want to see this whole thing fall on his face, but honestly, that pushes me harder.
Yeah, fuck it.
It does.
Yeah, we don't, and that's what matters.
And I love doing this. I really do. I have a blast. And just in the last 24 hours, we really, I think things are starting to get better. They're starting to take off. Honestly, the likes, follows, and subscribes would be a lot better.
Yeah,
we do.
Bring them on. So I got this for you, Bill.
Hang on, I got to share this before you jump in there.
All right, get on here.
That's probably one of the coolest statements we've received yet.
What's it say?
If it wasn't for your podcast, I probably wouldn't have made it out of where I was. Lots of great advice.
Appreciate that, but it could be the wrong advice. So,
but it can't be if it got her out of the situation.
Hey,
situation, if it helped her, then it might be wrong for one person, but obviously it wasn't wrong for another.
Oh,
so
fuck it helped us all.
It worked out for all of us. Really.
Yeah,
what do you got there, homie?
All right, so Jigsaw, do you want to play a game?
Ooh.
All right, no, I just kind of came up with this because we talked about Nick Cage, and it got all my juices flowing from the Con Air Nick Cage.
All right, run it.
All right, so out of all Nick Cage's roles, who's your hottest Nick Cage? Your hottest Nick Cage, like the Nick Cage you would take home. Mine's Con Air Nick Cage, hands down.
It is hard to debate, for me anyways, that Con Air was by far Nick Cage's best movie. But that being said, I mean, dude, he followed that up with Face Off. And when you've got two powerhouses Like Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, those two complemented each other in every sense. And that movie, dude, I mean, honestly, that was just
Okay. I'll give you that one.
so. Con Air had by far the best cast, but as far as chemistry,
I'm talking about Cage.
well, I mean, look at it this way: he played two different roles. You know,
In
when
Face Off, yeah, he had to be the good guy and the bad guy.
he was both the good guy and the bad guy, and so was John Travolta. But that being said, Nick Cage is one of the. It's really hard because he can do so much more. Like he is. 8mm was good, yeah. Snake Eyes was good. Hell, I doubted how good he would be as Johnny Blaze in Ghost Rider, and I thought he was freaking phenomenal.
He wasn't hot because he was on fire half the time.
And what was there you go. That was my hottest Nick Cage.
Yeah, that's everybody's hottest in the Cage.
When he was Johnny Blaze.
He's a biking
when he was a
inferno.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
But then again, I've also seen him do a movie recently. He was Dracula. Renfield,
yeah, he was good as fuck.
and it was hilarious. Like he can do comedy. The man's just good. So my hottest Nick Cage. I mean, honestly, dude, Nicky Cage, hands down. I think Face Off showed his acting chops the best, but I think his better movie was hands down Con Air.
Okay. So now this is my favorite actor of all time.
Uh-oh.
Same question, different phase. Johnny Depp.
Dude, I've seen just about most of his stuff.
My best Johnny Depp. God damn, I can't even put them together. But I first fell in love with him during Scissorhands. That's when he came into my swipe right. but I think my Crybaby, yeah, all right, Crybaby was Crybaby. That was right before.
He seemed to forget he got his movie start though in the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's true, but he wasn't on my radar then. He hit my radar.
21 Jump Street though is what put him on everybody's radar. The television show 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Eating Gilbert Grape. He can do drama. The Ninth Gate, so he can do horror movies.
Seriousness, yeah.
The Window.
Dramatic, man. He's so good. This is why
the Mad Hatter. Yeah. Okay. So something more recent.
Captain Jack.
I was gonna say the one that really, really, really put him out there was Captain Jack Sparrow, and I thought he was good. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. One of my all-time favorites.
That was probably
him and Benicio del Toro.
That was a killer movie.
Then I mean, he put that up with Blow. If anybody, where he was George Young, that was a true story.
Holy fuck!
I think he's at his best when he's doing drug roles. Honestly, like when he's
fucked up.
Yeah,
he probably gets half fucked up, and he conducts a masterpiece.
If I'm not mistaken. The legend is that as he was playing Jack Sparrow, he always made sure to go in
and drink some rum.
He had a good tune going on that one. He'd tip a few back before he got in there.
Oh, the way he ran and everything that he was so
that
cute.
Gave him his slurred speech and
brilliant.
I mean he is a good method actor. From Hell, where he was the detective trying to figure out who Jack the Ripper was. That was a great movie. Him and Heather Graham.
Yeah.
So
I will take my hottest Johnny Depp will be Captain Jack Sparrow because he was so cute when he ran. He was like running from all the pirates. That's my cutest Johnny Depp.
What was cool about that was he was just bumbling. Oh yeah, don't forget Sleepy Hollow.
Oh man, yeah, he had a shit ton of good.
He's got a bunch of great movies, but he had some flops too. I guess I haven't seen it yet. It's one of the few that I have not seen, but he was in The Lone Ranger. And from what I understand, that movie kind of flopped pretty hard. But that being said, I can't say I really have one favorite because he does so well. Sweeney Todd, dude, he was great in Sweeney Todd.
Yeah,
Like just
that
you
musical
know,
part, like yeah.
I
Damn,
mean,
yeah, he was
even the
good.
way the movie ended, you know, it seems so fitting. So, seeing as how our carrier is not back yet, I am going
Oh,
to.
she's been back. She put it right there on the couch, right there behind you.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah. She was back quick.
Oh yeah, I stayed off camera. Give me 1 second.
All right, he's gonna go into it. I'm gonna talk about. We talk about Ryan Gosling.
Oh god.
Ryan Gosling. So I think he's got like 4 good movies, right? The Notebook's numero uno. Then
You're rom-com guy as well.
and then Notebook was numero uno. Barbie was another one.
You liked Barbie.
No, I never watched. I didn't watch that shit.
Oh god, it was
No.
it was definitely not a kids movie. I can see why there was so much controversy over the whole thing. By the way, we're at the hour mark. So finally it's been a minute and a half. I hate to cut you off.
Oh, you're not. You're not.
Our drink of choice, as usual, we finally got it.
Proper number 12.
It's been a minute now, so allow me as we go into hour number 2.
And so Gosling, he did that. He did one with a car. He was like a getaway driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Drive Angry.
All right, I think that was like his least bitch of a role he ever did.
Well, he was also in a movie with Sandra Bullock, and I can't remember the name of the movie now, where him and his buddy were serial killers. No fair, I need wine. There's some left in the fridge.
Yeah.
So can you set that off to the side, sir?
Yeah. Yep. All right. So Gosling, the serial killer one.
I'm trying to think of what the name of that one was, but it was with Sandra Bullock, and I'm a bit far away. Well, we can drink one for our wayward friend. Hopefully everything's going well for you.
Yep. This one's for you, Kay.
This one's for you. Cheers, Kay. Oh, I missed it.
Oh my god.
Whew, that's better.
Oh, Gosling.
Gosling. I've never watched a lot with him, but
no. If you ever see his, so I'll take him with the Notebook. That's probably my best Gosling.
He was in that new one recently, Fall Guy. I have yet to see it.
I think that'll be funny. That does look funny. I think
it's not going to do the original show any justice. I really don't. I think personally, it's going to suck.
Did you see any of his Saturday Night Live shorts?
Oh, I've seen them.
The motherfucker can't keep a straight face when he does the Beavis and Butthead.
Well, it's not just that one either.
None of them.
He did one on what was the name of that one? She was in Ghostbusters. I'm trying to think of.
Was she banging her head into his nuts?
Yeah. And grabbing his butt and doing all this other crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, totally wrecked him live.
It was
destroyed him.
He could not keep a straight face, period. That woman absolutely destroyed him.
Absolutely.
It's good to see people, I like seeing stuff like that when, I think the funniest stuff is the unscripted. I really do. How are we looking sports-wise there?
Sports-wise, Philly's been whooping up on the Dodgers all week. Soccer is just shit. I can't wait for football. So
I agree. We are in the last month without football.
Training camp started.
Oh yeah, they're all running. And again, if we can get the subscribers and we can get everything running like we need it to be, then I would very much like to really start getting some guests on here. And we have a local celebrity that I've actually become pretty good. I'll wait till we get the opportunity to have him on here, and we could tell you about the first time we met. It was actually quite funny. But he's an up and coming country singer, And he does do covers, but he's more than that. He's actually got quite a few songs that are rising the charts on Spotify. And that would be Mr. Gary Burke.
Mr. Gary Burke.
So hopefully at some point, it was actually some acquaintances of his that kind of gave us that little spike on Facebook and YouTube. Really starting to, like I said, what a difference 24 hours makes.
Yeah, I need that.
I was really
hoping need that fitty.
I was really hoping that some of these guys would jump on here and we could really get the chats going. You know, we keep coming up with all these different topics and stuff right now. What's on Kay's mind? What would Kay like to talk about? So I'm going to kind of call out our, I don't know, it shows one viewer, but as we've seen before, there's always more than just one viewer. On the spot. Yeah, you're on the spot. And while you're thinking about it, I'm going to take this opportunity to kind of look and see, because my phone has messaged quite a few times. Let's see what people are saying. Oh, goodness. Oh, nobody on that one. Where did I see it? Oh, you see where you shared a post. Right, so all is quiet right now. Too quiet. Did you get my graveyard picks? I'm gonna go ghost hunt tonight at my hotel. Well,
send pics.
Doing my own ghost hunt. Well, all I can say is good luck. I mean, hopefully you come up with something a little more. I mean, we had some decent success last night, enough that, you know, to warrant a second trip, a little more prepared, and try and figure out, maybe possibly debunk what it was we had heard. Like I said, there was one picture in particular that it's one thing for him and I to kind of, I never told him what I was looking at. I said, "What do you see here?" And he pointed out the exact same thing. And then I was showing somebody else today, and they happened to point out, I didn't even say anything. I was just kind of scrolling through, and I was taking my time on one in particular, and they had seen it. So if you go out and ghost hunt, get yourself a good camera. Make sure you do the picture. If your camera on your phone has a shutter to where all you got to do is hit the button and it's just going to rapid fire, that's going to be key. Make sure you eliminate anything that could put the picture in question. Make sure there's not a bunch of people around, not a bunch of flash going on. The tube looking anomaly on one of your pics. Like a squiggle thing, the tube. Which one would that be? I'll tell you what. Copy the picture and send it, and we'll see if you there was a lot of pictures. Bear in mind it was raining that night. So when you got rain mixed with flash, mixed with other lights around there, a bug flies across it, it's going to show, all sorts of crazy stuff. I think the most telling was the noise. That
the noise did me in.
That's the one that really kind of stands out.
We'll probably look more into that noise.
we'll have to make 2 different trips then, because we're gonna have to go during the day and see if there's anything around there that might have actually came up, that could have caused that. But coincidentally, it was a noise that showed up as we were walking away, and then it didn't last, and they were evenly spaced. So the other thing I'm going to do is we do plan on getting that video on YouTube at some point. And once it's on there, I can do a little bit of magic. I want to get just the audio of it, and I can put it into a program that I have, and it can show us it. I can break it down. I could take out other things, and we can try and figure out what that sound was. I mean, it's not the most high tech, but it's pretty, it'll work. It shows the sound wave. So if there was something there that we missed, I can isolate that particular sound. Let's see what's up. Who knows? Ghost hunting?
Ghost hunting is not my shit.
Ghost hunting in a graveyard. I'll tell you what, though, you went through like a champ.
Yeah.
That was a good time. Definitely going to need to do it again. Definitely need to do it again.
So something else I heard on the news today.
Ooh.
Sharks. Beach in Texas, right?
Right.
Everybody's out there swimming. It was at a Texas State Park. Probably, I'm guessing, off the fucking coast somewhere. So everybody's out there swimming. Someone gets bit by a shark.
Okay.
Crew clears the beach,
Right.
hour and a half. Everybody back in the water. All right, you're good to go. Someone else gets bit. Same shark. Everybody clear the beach, hour and a half. All right, everybody back in. A third fucking person gets bit.
I haven't seen or heard this one yet.
A third person gets bit. Guess what? Same shark. Hour and a half goes by. Guess what? Everybody back in the water. Fourth person gets fucking bit. Guess what? Same shark. Nobody went back in the fucking water, even if they were allowed. Two were hospitalized, which I don't know why all 4 weren't. 2 were hospitalized. One woman's leg was pretty fucking torn up, according to what I read.
Okay, first off, it is very odd when you have a shark bite. The chances of them reopening the beach that soon.
Yeah, 4 times in one day.
Already you have you have an incident. They're going to clear the beach. I've never heard of them reopening the beach in the same day.
4 times.
But then again, we don't live on the coast. We don't live in, on the water. Now, bear in mind, they just had a pretty sizable hurricane come through. So the water's going to be stirred up to begin with. I mean, it is optimal.
This was over the 4th of July weekend.
I would need to take a look-see at. But you know me, dude. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd when it comes to sharks.
Yeah, but I'm a human being. If someone just got bit by a fucking shark, you know what I'm doing? Yeah, I'm not going to fuck back in. I'm going home.
But then again, you don't hear a lot of shark attacks in the Texas area.
Right. That was
so. I mean,
when I heard that, and then they said it was in Texas, I was like,
4 in one day
by the same shark.
Well, I don't think it'd be the same shark personally. It might have been the same type of shark. If the water was cloudy and murky, I mean, some sharks hunt in schools. So, I mean, if it's one of those conditions where, like, remember how we always had to go over and look at the lifeguard stand to see what the beach conditions were for that day?
Yeah.
I mean, people might have been, it might have been just one of those, swim at your own risk days. But 4 in one day I've never heard of before. After the first one, hearing the beaches are reopened because they always, I mean, it's just, I thought it was like industry standard that you close down for 24 hours to make sure the threat's gone. But I don't know. It's just kind of, that is an odd. He's got me wanting to look this up now and figure out where that even came from. So let's see if let's just go shark attack Texas. Let's see what we got. Man recounts helping save woman during shark attack at South. That was 1 day ago. Shark attacks in Texas, Florida put beachgoers on edge. How experts say avoid. Are shark attacks increasing? Texas South Padre Island shark attack survivor says her leg is pretty much gone. At least 4 people were bitten in shark attacks in Texas and Florida since the 4th of July. So back-to-back shark attacks leave 4 people injured in Texas and Florida. So it sounds like it happened in the same day, but bear in mind there is a storm, and it's the same video if you look at this. It's showing green, murky water, which anybody that knows anything about sharks, you don't go in when the water's that nasty. So if there'd been, especially with I'd say that storm that was coming through had already pushed a lot of nastiness. I'm sure the water wasn't nominal for that day. I'm going to venture a guess that I doubt it was the same shark, but I'd say there was a group of sharks sent the pic to Steven. Let's see the squiggly line she was talking about.
Squiggly line.
And I like this. I like this because, this is going to grab some other people's attention to want to take a look-see.
And swipe left for the other one.
All right. How much room do you have left? Can I unplug this so I can actually?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, line off to the side, I'm going to tell you right now, chances are it's rain because you can see one there. There's a straight line right there. You can see up top there where the, I know which one you're talking about now. That's rain. Yes, there normally is rain.
Blame it on the rain?
Blame it on the rain, Milli Vanilli. I have a sneaking suspicion. Let's see if we can pull this picture up a little bit more. And I know what picture she's talking about now. I just did the zoom in. It happens to be the one that might show a little something. So let's look at this other one. Second, yeah, that's all rain. That right there is rain. But Steve knows at this point. I'm going to tell you right now. There you go.
We fucking heard something. Bottom line.
I can pull up those same pictures. Let's go here. And if I go right here, Steve hates this part. Hey, Steve.
What?
So here's the squiggly line picture.
Yeah. Ah, for fuck's sake.
Oh, there it went.
My fucking creep meter just went off of my fucking arm. Yeah. Look at that one, man. There is someone in the window screaming.
I'm going to tell you right now that particular one, and that's the one that the third person was looking at as well and seeing the same thing. So what I want you to do is I want you to pull that picture up, zoom in on it, and really look close at that particular picture. I promise you There's more to that one. You got the right call, just the wrong number on that. Let's see.
What was it? The top right pane?
Don't tell her. Don't tell them. Let them go ahead and let's see if they can see and figure it out. Okay, so reacted to my message. Cool. All right. So we're still waiting for a few others, and I'm interested in seeing. Now, speaking of Gary Burke, he's actually doing a show tonight. So there's a big group of people out there seeing him. So what we're going to do, we are probably going to give it at least a 30-minute overtime just to see if people kind of latch on. Now, I kind of made a mistake because I got involved with trying to get house stuff done, clean up in here, make, get stuff, set and ready, that I posted way later than I should have that we were going live tonight. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, coincidentally, she's looking at the right picture,
Right.
but she's looking at the wrong spot. And now that we've said what we've said, I'd almost bet a gentleman's dollar she's going to pull that particular picture up and look and see if she can. But then again, if she's downloading a picture from something else, mine's raw. Mine's the actual. So I don't know if her Zoom can do as well as mine.
All right. So, but I like out of all the A&E Discovery Channel shit,
Okay.
reading the Bible, everything.
Right.
How come everybody's still looking for a definitive answer?
Because people want to believe.
But we have no conclusion with all the technology that's out there.
Life after death, that there was there's actual existence of ghosts. Look at it this way, dude, people still see Bigfoot. People still see the Loch Ness Monster, and they've almost 100% proven that there cannot be a monster that big in the Loch, but yet people still see it. And you know why the Loch Ness Monster still exists today is because people want it to exist.
So people see what they want to believe.
People see what they want to believe.
Hear what they want to believe, like your mind playing tricks on you.
Yes.
Brain over bronze, like your mind
over matter. I mean, you can go every which way you want, but people want to believe. There's always going to be that fascination.
Well, I want to know. I want to know what happens to me after I die. I want to know if it's fucking lights out, if I'm going to be fucking floating around in my fucking attic forever, or like, do I have to contact someone, seek conclusion? Do I have to pass over? Like what happens after my, I don't know.
Well, you want to know what's really fun about that? There's some irony here.
We're turning into a fucking butterfly. Like,
the majority of the people we talk to are going to say they want to go to heaven. So you've got so many people in this world that want to go to heaven. Here's the irony of it. Nobody wants to die.
Nobody wants to die, but unfortunately, like, everybody fucking ends up doing it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you want to hear something really dark? I heard it once. The moment you're born, you begin to die.
Oh, yeah. Well, like, we're dying right now.
Yeah.
We are slowly fucking dying.
Yeah.
And that's sad. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like, can I, like, pause it or pump the brakes? No, you can't. Like, we are all slowly dying.
That's why I said, I mean, life's short. Live life to the fullest, people.
Oh, holy
Go out there.
fuck.
Go out there and have fun. Go out there and, go ghost hunt. My Zoom isn't working as good as I'm sure. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send that particular picture to Steve, and I'm going to have Steve send it to you. So hopefully when you have just the picture itself and not a copy of what you've seen on the Facebook, then maybe you might be able to zoom in. We're not going to tell you what we see.
Let's see what your answer is.
I want to see if you see it as well, and I'm going to make sure I give you the right picture. So I'm going to look it up again. I don't want to see you get goosebumps, homie. So,
oh, dude, I've had him for like 24 fucking hours.
doing something like that's pretty intense. It really is. I mean, it. And again, it's whatever. Yep, that's it. All right, so I'm gonna send this one to you.
But then I mean, we also had other factors to consider.
Oh yeah, that noise was people are scared of what's next. Because the thought of everything just ending is kind of it is, and I agree with that.
Like
100%.
that lights out fucking feeling. Like all of a sudden it's like boom, that's it. Like what the fuck have I been doing
All right,
this whole
Steve-O.
time?
I'm sending it to you. This is a clean. This was taken just last night. Other windows there. There's other area. You always want to in its entirety. Now, the ghost picture I got from Gettysburg at the Jenny Wade house, I didn't even notice that until the end of the night. I was going through everything again, and it stuck out all at once. So always, always look. Make sure you get the clearest picture you can possibly get. And it's okay to use your flash. But make sure, like I said, take multiple pictures. Try not to move your camera as much as possible. And if you can shutter it, shutter it. Now,
as far
here's to living life to its fullest. I mean, guys, it ends quickly. It really does. In a blink, it's over.
man has been searching for the answer for a long time. They looked for Ponce de Leon, looked for the Fountain of Youth. Indiana Jones looked for the fucking Holy Grail.
Okay.
So everybody has been trying to
So
that
whole thing though.
Hitler was all over that shit.
Oh, he was until he killed himself.
Fucking Hitler.
So, anyways, to me, to find out ahead of time that there is, life after death, there's, whether you go north or south, we'll leave the religion part out of it. When you think about it, guys, it's your parents' room to look at, live, and when it happens, it happens. You're watching a movie. You can't wait, and then someone comes in and says, "Oh, I've seen this." The hero dies in the end. How many of you out there has that happened to? It pisses you off. For us football fans, we go all day. Not, if we got something to do on a day of fall, God forbid.
God, yeah. Oh my God.
But if we got something to do, we go all day long. Almost to the point where you're fist fighting your best friend. Don't tell me what happened. I don't want to hear about it. I turn off all my notifications, everything. I set the TV up to make sure I can record whatever I can't watch. I don't want to know the ending. I want to sit back and that's the fun. I mean,
you sit through the whole thing.
If I know my boys are going to lose in the end, and let's say they're having a phenomenal game, but if I know they're going to lose in the end, it's just going to piss me off even more. So when it comes to the end, don't worry about the end. It's inevitable. Live in the now. Enjoy what's out there. Enjoy what's right in front of you. Enjoy a Zen pouch. Enjoy a drink. Enjoy a shot. Enjoy getting on here and just rattling off.
Subscribing.
Yeah, subscribe.
Enjoy, because you never know when that fucking that plug's gonna get pulled. Life is fucking cruel. It is unfair. It is unkind.
It is. And you don't know what you have until it's gone.
And oh man, ain't that the fucking truth? It is unpredictable.
So just like I said, enjoy it.
We all fucking do it.
There's the first time I ever got to go to Niagara Falls. It was an impromptu. It was a Friday night. I said, it's gonna be a nice day. This is back during, right when everybody was released from COVID.
Released.
And I said, I was just kind of joking with her, and I said, how do you feel about just getting up bright and early in the morning? I said, this is before I knew that, Niagara Falls was right in the middle of a metropolitan area. I mean, honestly, I didn't realize that there was a city built around it. I thought it was just going to be like a state park, and you walked out you got to see it, blah blah blah. But and that's what made it so much fun. You know, you hit up, surprise them with the news that, hey, we're going to New York. Not only are we going to New York, we're going to go up to Buffalo and we're going to go see a natural wonder. And you know what? The impromptu. First off, you see Lake Erie along the way. So you see one Great Lake. 3 hours later, we're in front of this beautiful waterfall. Now, did we get to get on the Maid of the Mist like we wanted to? No. By the time we got there, it was way. It ruined a day, waiting in line. So we just went and seen the sights, walked down the river, and it was Sarah who looked, and turns out all we had to do was drive like 30, 45 minutes up the road. Guess what? We were at Lake Ontario. In the beach we were at, you could look across the lake. You can literally see the famous Needle Tower. I don't know what that is over there. It looks like the Space Needle from Seattle, but you can look right across the lake and you can see Toronto. So literally in one day, I've seen 2 Great Lakes and a natural wonder. Guys, that's living. We did the tourist thing. Everybody got some tea and stuff. And, once we got up to the other lake, everybody started searching around for lake glass. That was really fun. I mean, that was living the now. That was just do something spontaneous.
That's when the best shit happens.
I mean, honestly, we had somewhat of an idea of what we were going to do when we went to the Outer Banks. But in all honesty, we just ran with it.
So if life's gonna give you unplanned shit, you give it right back.
Oh yeah, that's where the fun stuff is.
It's like fuck you, life. Take that.
That's the challenge. It's like
stick it right back in life's ass. Yep.
Even the trip home. GPS being stupid like that.
Bitch.
I did it again that same weekend.
Oh yeah,
the very next weekend.
Yeah, fuck GPS.
So I don't know what happened.
MapQuest was so much quieter.
Yeah,
MapQuest just sat there.
Tom, you remember Tom and
oh yeah, Garmin.
And,
at least Garmin, man, I could make it a hot dog and sound like Dracula. Now if I could do that to fucking this twat waffle, like oh my lord.
Can you grab me one? Oh, I got it myself.
Yeah. If there's a way to make the twat waffle GPS on cell phones sound fucking cool, like Johnny Depp, give me Captain Jack Sparrow. I will follow you to the end of the earth, man. I will follow you.
I would have to go Nicolas Cage.
This plane's going down. We're all going down.
Somebody on here that loves to fact check on us. I love it. The CN Tower is what's over in Toronto.
So it's the
CN Tower,
the smaller Space Needle.
I don't know if it's smaller than the Space Needle. I don't even think the Space Needle is a thing in Seattle anymore.
Oh, the Space Needle's
fact
there.
Check. So, anyways,
so if the Space Needle was bigger, this would make this one the Space Needle Dick.
Yeah, let's go with that. Goofy bastard. Why do you think I love this guy so much?
Just doing the math. Weights and measures.
Here's the other fun thing that I like to do, and I try to do this. I haven't got to do it in the last few years. I think I missed out on a good one this year. Everybody knows I'm a horror movie buff. Love, especially 80s. You give me a good 80s horror movie, and I'm locked in for the duration. Now that being said, Monroeville, and I've mentioned this in other lives, Monroeville does what they call Living Dead Weekend. There's one, and it was the tallest free structure in the world until 2009. That's kind of cool. There we go, girl. I've mentioned this that Monroeville does a Living Dead Weekend. They do one in Monroeville, which is where, at the Monroeville Mall where they filmed the original Dawn of the Dead. And then there was nice space. That one.
Fuck. Sound check.
They also do another one in Evans City with the original Night of the Living Dead, which was supposed to actually be our destination last. Maybe, you know what? On a side note, I say live in the now. Once we get our likes, our subscribes, and we can do the lives the way we want to, I say we go around to some of these places that were actually, Monroeville Mall, Dawn of the Dead, Evans City Cemetery, Night of the Living Dead.
Beer Fest.
Let's go to, there's a house just outside of Pittsburgh. That's where they filmed, that's where Buffalo Bill was from Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
Let's go. And now it's been restructured, and I'm sure they get people all the time just going out and taking it to their house. But let's go to the Amityville house up in New York.
Okay.
Let's go to some of these sites. Let's go, see. It doesn't even have to be scary movies, dude. We can go where, like, do you remember when you've seen the Twilight movies, right? Everybody knows Edward and Jacob.
Yes, because I want to own a Jacob.
Okay, so Jacob was Taylor Lautner. And he did a movie after the Twilight movies. Shoot, no, I can't think of the name of it. But his parents, it turns out, he was adopted, and his parents were secret agents, and they were protecting him.
Oh, yeah.
That whole movie was filmed in Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yes.
There's quite a few movies
Okay,
from
even better.
Pittsburgh.
Jack Reacher.
Tom Cruise.
Filmed in Pittsburgh.
Didn't Hugh Jackman or I always get him mixed up with the Gladiator.
Oh,
he did like one. There was like some kidnapping shit. I think he was a cop or something like that. But that was like total Pittsburgh.
That was Russell Crowe.
Russell
I can't
Crowe.
think of the name of the movie now.
The Gladiator.
There was also a movie that Liam Neeson did where his wife was imprisoned for murder.
Oh yeah.
Filmed in Pittsburgh.
Uh-huh.
That's what's cool about Pittsburgh and the surrounding areas. People don't realize there's a lot of cool history. One of my passions. What? Chasing out the full useless knowledge, my passion. One of my okay, I got you. Sorry. We really got into that one. Anybody that knows me, my two passions are A, the ocean, mainly sharks, and B, movies. I absolutely love movies. When we did that trivia night that night, dude, I was killing it. When any movie question, I nailed it. We actually would have done really well at Twilight, yay. And I hate to say this, the first Twilight, I kind of liked it. I really did. I am one of the ones that I've read all the books, and I read or I've seen all the movies. Now that doesn't mean I'm a big tweener, but yeah, that's I coined that phrase, a tweener. But I mean, I can appreciate a good movie. So my go-to is horror movies. Obviously, absolutely love horror movies. But I don't stray away from my action movies, and I don't care at all to sit down and watch a rom-com. I don't, it really depends on the mood. Now, I'm telling you, come fall time, most of the stuff I watch is going to be scary stuff. And me and my kids have got this down pat now where basically September all the way to November is nothing but Halloween. It doesn't matter if it's it's kind of like my drinking. I'm real big into, right now, yeah, we're going to. But most of the time, I watch Next 3 Days. Great movie.
I don't know. I like Gladiator. Are you not entertained?
Oh no, he did.
Are you not entertained?
I tell you what, you really want to see one that he did.
That's my Russell Crowe.
It will, dude. It will really get on top of you. Watch Unhinged.
That was good.
That was a freaking phenomenal. Like Russell Crowe, you hated this man, but you hated him so much you wanted to see what he was going to do next. And it basically, for those of you that don't know the premise of this one, he ends up killing his wife and her lover in the very beginning of the movie. He's divorced from her, but he goes in, kills her, kills him, and then ends up getting into a quasi road rage incident with a woman where he's not looking. I have not watched Evil Dead Rising yet. I've seen the first one. I kind of I'm stuck on Bruce Campbell. The man was king of the B movies. Now, that being said, he back to Russell Crowe, he even goes as far as say, look, I apologize. I'm sure you're having a very horrible day. I don't want you to have one as bad as me. All I'm asking for is an apology. And she becomes very rude to him and tells him, I'm not going to apologize to you. And he goes, please, I'm asking for an apology. That's all I ask, and we'll go about our business. And again, she's rude to him. And that triggers him. You've got a man that he's already, he knows that they know he's he killed his wife and, whoever she was with at the time. So, unbeknownst to her, she has instigated a man that's got nothing to lose. And it just spirals from there. Phenomenal movie, it really is. Cheers to Russell Crowe. Back to the Evil Dead. When it comes to that one, like I said, Evil Dead 1 and 2, Bruce Campbell. Followed that with Army of Darkness. Bruce Campbell is a very underrated B movie. Ooh. Thought you were trying to do something spooky there. Very underrated actor. He is the king of the B movies. Like, if it's schlock, he's going to be in it, and he'll run with it. So much so that they've had him in Spider-Man. They've had him in multiple Spider-Mans, actually. The good ones, in my opinion, with Tobey Maguire. He was on a show called Burn Notice on USA for the longest time. I watched that show religiously. Absolutely loved Burn Notice. And Bruce Campbell was a big part of that show. He's on my list of people I'd like to meet, or at least, again, once we start taking off, hopefully we can get people on here and start doing actual interviews. But I mean, I've got a laundry list. It doesn't even have to be like A-list stars. Like Bruce Campbell, everybody knows who Bruce Campbell is. Now, if I say Cassandra Peterson, I'd say the majority of the people will not know who Cassandra Peterson is. Steve, who is Cassandra Peterson better known as?
I have no fucking idea. No idea. Zero idea. I don't know. I'm like a face person. I'm fucking terrible at names.
So when I told you I was wanting to, I've been in touch with her on
Elvira.
Wow.
All right, Elvira.
Better known as Elvira. Oh, wait. Way better than the first. No, it's scary as heck. Way better than the first. Cheers with no wine. Steve, will you do me a big favor? You know what? You've gotten up enough.
What, bring her wine?
We're gonna have to do something here.
We're gonna drink her wine. Fuck. This is. Oh my god! We're gonna pour a sip for our homie, our devoted follower.
Oh, we might actually have somebody join us on this one. Wait,
oh my god!
Apparently, I had more power. Would you like it? So we've got a special guest, and I do believe it's not going to be the person that you think. Would you like to hand our special guest to my co-host here? Or hand him to me, and then I'll hand him. So Steve-O is turning into that crazy cat lady, and one of the things that we were definitely going to adopt when we adopted the first one is this little guy right here. who obviously is very camera shy.
Oh my God, he's so pretty.
And he's become one of my best friends. This is Mystic. Steve-O.
Oh, come here, big fella.
He's gotten bigger, hasn't he?
He sure has.
Would you like to join us?
Hey, buddy. Hi. Oh my God, cuter than a button. My Lord.
Ugh. Would you like to? Would you be so kind then as to set this back in the fridge, please? Muscle body. So yeah, there's our little.
Did you drink the other one?
Huh?
Did you drink the other one?
No.
Never your red one out here?
It was already gone. You guys finished that?
No.
We should do a wine night one night, Bill. We should do
Oh, God.
a fucking wine night.
Yes, he is turning into the crazy cat lady. Anybody that
I am
has
the crazy.
visited our friend, he has
Plenty,
unfortunately.
Maybe I didn't bring it out here.
plenty of. I got so much pussy. I
That
do.
is one way
do.
to put it.
I got pussy inside, outside. I got it falling out of the house. I got it everywhere.
I think he remembers you.
Oh yeah.
He's already done the smell test.
He's like, oh, this motherfucker.
He said, "You gave me up. I don't want you anymore."
This crazy bitch. Oh,
There he
man.
goes. Yes, sir.
Gotta be
All
a
right.
cat.
There
Oh my
you-
God! Get him back around, put him in my fucking my pocket.
There you go. There's
Oh.
There's
I get attached to cats, man. They all have their.
there's a certain individual in there that has been dying for you to see this cat now.
Cats got their own
All right,
fucking
now,
personalities,
You've
man.
been here
It's
for
incredible.
a moment. This was I believe what you chose. Here you go.
Your
Cheers.
Vino, Niagara. I'll go with.
I don't know what it is, but boy, that goes down different. I was
Oh,
waiting
yeah.
for the big bite, but it never happened.
Yeah, that's sweeter than tits. That's.
Yep.
Yep,
We just literally did shots of wine, guys.
that'll tickle your taste buds. Fuck.
So there you go, Kay. Cheers to you. So anyways, yeah. I've not seen The Evil Dead Rising yet. I would like to see The Evil Dead Rising, but I just, for whatever reason, can't pull the trigger on it. The first one was decent when they redid it. I'm not a fan of a lot of these reboots. Like, I have the reboot of the big three, which was Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Texas Chainsaw. And it's just, I'm sorry, you can't beat the originals. He'll tell you otherwise. To be a parenting win. One of my son's favorite movies is Bloodsport,
Okay.
which has held the test of time. And I just seen something. We are literally five and a half years away from the 80s being 50 years old. Do you realize that?
Slowly dying. We're
Yeah,
slowly
I'm
dying.
talking about dying. And honestly, I've told my kids this a million times. They missed out on an awesome era. And whatever your thoughts are on COVID killed more than people. COVID killed a lot.
Killed fucking the most priceless thing of all, man. Time.
You know, that 6-week lockdown that we had just here in PA, God bless. Really?
I got to go to work. I didn't get to take off.
No, I got to take off. I had
I
to.
was fucking so pissed off. Oh my God.
But, man, you know, I can honestly, and I think I sound like my dad when I say this. The newest Halloween is horrible. Okay, so the second one I was not a big fan of. It depends on which one you're going with. Rob Zombie did a good version of the first one. He did a retelling of it. The newest Halloween, since we're right back on movies, the three Halloweens, we had Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. They they skipped part 2 all the way through the other ones. They literally picked up where number 1 left off and did a complete retelling of it. Now, I give them kudos for bringing in the original Michael Myers from the first one. There was 2 different Michael Myers. One of them was the original, and I can't remember the gentleman's name right now. And another one for the more, but it was just, I kind of liked the first one. The second one wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best either. And then Halloween Kills just like it took it to a whole new level. It took it. It was bizarre. But then again, most of the people that were in, the only one they brought back was Jamie Lee. And it's just one of those that I feel like people died that shouldn't have died. I hated the fact that they the second one killed off so many key players, and it just, I mean, they went completely sideways with. To summarize everything, I was not the biggest fan of those 3 either. Even though I watched them, I just wasn't. Rob Zombie's first, when he came out with the first Halloween, I thought was great. He did great. The second one, he did what Rob Zombie likes to do and went very artsy with it. And is the way I went. He went in so many different directions. He's done some really good stuff. Lords of Salem was not one of them. I'll tell you right now. That movie started off great. Everything looked good, and about the halfway mark, it plummeted. It became so stupid. And I as soon as it came out on DVD, I went out and bought it. And I was so disappointed that I had bought it. I bought it.
I haven't bought anything ever.
It just was. But that goes back to what I was saying, though. I mean, everybody's wanting to do these reboots. Everybody's wanting to, everybody's sampling from the 80s and the 90s. The last 2 great decades. Now, from 2000 to 2010, I mean, you could literally watch it just plummet. 2000 started off great. And it was just like, okay, the fun's going to keep going. And then everything just, I mean, everybody just is so miserable and argumentative and triggered. And I mean, just so you can use all the different words. Just, I mean, bring back the malls.
Oh, they're not coming fucking back.
I've told my kid it was so much fun. Even if you didn't go shopping, just go to the mall just to hang out. Go to the arcade just to see that person. Even if you didn't have money to play any of the games. If you were lucky, you found a quarter or two.
Arcade was a quarter game. Now you have to put in a whole fucking buckaroony.
And what's fun about it is you
for
used
the
to
same
go in
play.
there and around that one kid that was getting ready to beat the top score, beat the game.
Pinball.
You wanted to see, it wasn't even so much pinball, dude. Remember when Mortal Kombat came out? Oh my God.
Street Fighter.
Hadouken. Tekken. I mean, all these games they were so much fun. Going in and like how about going into a CD store? Dude, you were so excited to go into a CD store.
What was that one called where if you bought 10 CDs, you got one free?
Oh, that was FYI.
No, before that. Before FYE. It was a blue fucking sticker, but you had to buy 10 CDs. CDs were like $12, and $12 was a little bit of a stretch back in the day. So you got your Green Day, you got your Nirvana, you got your Dookie. All right, so that's
which was
3.
the album that Green Day became famous for.
Then REM came out.
REM was before Green Day.
But I mean, these were like 4 of the 10 I had to buy. I had to buy 10
Oh,
fucking
okay. I see where you're
CDs
going.
to get my freebie. And by the
Oh,
time
you're talking about where you ordered them through the mail.
oh no, not that one. No,
Columbia House.
No. I had to go into the mall.
I think you're confused.
No, 100% sure. 100% sure because you got a blue sticker every time you bought a CD. And when you filled out that fucking card, it was before for your entertainment.
There were so many CD stores in there, dude. Who knows? I mean, it could have been just like a CD store.
But you went in there and there were records and the tapes, they were even in plastic and they had 3 levels of plastic to it. And your tape was in the top one and you went alphabetical. You remember this? And then they literally had like an opener for each piece of plastic to get that tape out. So you couldn't steal it. So you couldn't steal it. I want to say it started with a B. It wasn't Blockbuster. I want to say Blockbuster, like the videos.
I don't remember.
Oh, I had spent so much money on these motherfuckers.
I tell you what, I liked Blockbuster, but I was always more about going to the smaller stores.
I went to the rental. I did the rental.
Yeah. The rentals were always fun.
And you go on a Friday and it was buy one get one.
The places down in Tennessee that I used to go to, like there was one. It was called Amps, and it wasn't. You couldn't use the new releases for this. So me and my friend never got any of the new releases. We always went with the $1, but you could rent 6 for $6 for 6 nights.
Yep.
And we would go, dude. There was even a place that was still doing 50-cent rentals, and we would go in there with we walked out one time. We had like 12 movies. Yep. We just stayed up all night, and a lot of times we would just fast forward it, just to
popping that plastic. And
you would watch movies. A lot of times you were excited to see the previews. And to answer your question, yes, I remember the Little Butler Mall arcade. And as much as I liked the Butler Mall, I was always a Clearview Mall kind of guy. I always kind of we'd start off at the Butler, gonna walk around, see what they got, and then we would go to Clearview Mall. Butler actually had 2 different malls. But this was back when, Century 3 Mall was open. Ross Park Mall, which is still open. Monroeville Mall was still, you went to the mall, not even just to shop. You would just kind of walk around. If you were a high school guy, you'd walk around to meet girls. You'd go around just to meet your friends, and you'd go to the food courts. It was such a simpler time. It was so much more fun. And, you're seeing more and more posts coming out there of people talking about what we, drinking from a garden hose.
Good shit.
I mean, dude, we never wanted to be inside the house. We would always, we'd be outside. Thunderstorms are fun. Going outside with your friends and just, everybody throwing a baseball. This was before football was, that was back when baseball was still king of the sports, You went out, you found a field. If the grass wasn't too high, you'd find stuff to make bases, and it was game on. It was Sandlot, literally.
Technology has changed all of that.
How about, we just had the Butler Fair.
Technology has humanity by the balls.
The big Butler Fair, do you remember going in? You paid like maybe, I don't even think it was $13. It was like, what, $8?
Oh, dude! Now it's like it's nuts.
You paid $8 just to go in, and you paid like $13, and you got the armband. You could ride all the rides. Then you went in, and like the games were $1.
Last time I went to the Butler Fair, it was ride all day for $10. What is it now? $10. All the rides. I am throwing the fuck up.
I think it was almost $40 for us just to. No, I can't. Dude, it was the price just to get in was insane. And then you went in, you had to pay to get the armband, so you paid 2 different prices. You're looking at like $50, $60.
Right.
Not only just to get in, but to ride all the rides.
So what makes it worse? Does the price now make it worse? Or does it knowing what it used to be make it worse?
Knowing what it used to be.
So I mean, you know, wages have come up, you know, how much we make have come up. So like it could be proportional.
Okay.
But just knowing that like you're charging me for the same service 30 years later,
But
and you're charging me 3 times as much for doing the same fucking thing.
and here's the fun part: like the quality of the prizes have gone downhill. Like, do you remember going and playing the dart game? They had the balloon set up on the wall. You throw the darts
For the
break balloon,
posters.
and you would get they always had these little cardboard pictures of bands, sports teams, women, you know,
framed with a
models.
little piece of glass.
It was a little piece of glass in front, and it had the cardboard frame around it.
And you couldn't fucking lose. You could not fucking lose.
All you had to do was win just one of the, you know, even if you didn't have to have the big one.
It was $1 and you were winning something.
You paid $1, you get the little picture, and you were happy.
Yep, you walked out a fucking winner.
You'd walk in, the T-shirts. Was it Camelot Music, Steve? Was it Camelot?
It was not Camelot.
CDs.
This was a blue sticker. Oh, I'll get her up. Everything, man. Price gouging.
It's just it's insane that we've hit the 2-hour mark, by the way. So
we haven't hit controversy yet. I always like to touch on controversy.
Yeah, well, at this point, with us going into overtime,
I don't know. What's on your mind, Kay? Give me a good question.
It's just, I mean, going back to, dude, back in the day, on every nowadays, I mean, we'd rip the pictures out of the magazines, put them on the wall. We had posters, you know. Who do we? I mean, what do we do anymore? Honestly, like I had the world's biggest poster of Cindy Crawford. Yep, I said
on the beach. Was it the beach one?
Nope, it was a famous one. She was in a super dark gray.
My Cindy Crawford was on the beach.
One piece. We always put the poster, you know, on the ceiling right above our bed of like Christy Swan's body.
The music store.
Is this called the music store?
The music store. Maybe you didn't have them at your neck of the woods.
I'm gonna walk out to the graveyard now.
All right. Once we get more subscribers and shit like that, we'll be able to feed you in. We could pop you up there in the little corner of our screen and take this tour with you.
Yeah.
Subscribes and likes, baby.
So on that note, well, do we want to continue with the last 30 minutes, give it a little overtime and see if anybody jumps on, or do we just go ahead and call it? What do you think, homie? It's 9 o'clock.
Let's do the OT.
We'll give it 30 more minutes. We'll see what's up.
Let's
we'll give people a chance, because I know there's a decent amount of people that were actually going to a show tonight.
Let's give them a chance to jump in, especially if they're fucking tuned up, man. Last shot with them.
I once had over 100 posters of WWE. Yes.
You had WWE wrestlers on your wall.
WWF back in the day. Before they lost that battle with the World Wildlife Federation, and they've been fighting back and forth in court with them forever. And the World Wildlife Foundation beat World Wrestling Federation. Tatanka, she had to bring up Tatanka. Wow, Bret Hart, Undertaker. I had the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh my God, she had a total spank bank on her wall.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, no. She went to bed and she had a fucking nightlight on, and it was
double clicking the mouse.
Double clicking the mouse, right click. Yeah. Ultimate Warrior all day. There you go.
Dude, he was a beast. And I think these shows are coming out with now, talking about the dark side of the ring and so on and so forth. Don't do that stuff, guys. Honestly, don't ruin the heroes of the past
to try to create heroes of the present.
It's not. I don't even think it's to create heroes of the present. Remember how you just brought up the controversy? Oh, controversy sells right now. Let's tell you the bad stuff about the people that you grew up idolizing. There's an old saying, ignorance is bliss. Honestly, Pee Wee Herman. Everybody watched Pee Wee Herman, right? You watched the Pee Wee Herman show?
I wasn't allowed to. My dad thought he was weird, so I couldn't watch him. Never watched one episode of Pee Wee Herman.
Everybody, absolutely. He had, Pee Wee's Big Adventure. I just watched that the other day, which also had Cassandra Peterson in it. She had a small part. Wasn't as Elvira. She played a different role. And then there was Big Top Pee Wee. Everybody loved Pee Wee. We always did the laugh, the joke. And that all ended when he had his famous movie theater incident.
He got caught beaten off in a fucking movie theater.
Yeah, exposing himself.
Beating the bishop, flogging the dolphin.
So, I mean, and it absolutely ruined everybody. Sometimes things are just better left unknown, unsaid. I don't want to know what happened behind the scenes with the Ultimate Warrior. I don't want to know. Growing up, I was a big fan. Everybody loved Hulk Hogan. Like everybody, even if you weren't a wrestling fan, you knew who Hulk Hogan was. I don't want to know that,
because he was the scripted winner.
He,
the scripted hero.
Okay, well, regardless, we didn't care that it was scripted. He was a hero.
That's what we cared about, man.
He was eat your vitamins, say your prayers. He was the all-American hero.
He beat our enemies for us.
If there was a fight, that was Hulk Hogan. If there was a fight to be had, and he need, Hulk Hogan was the ultimate hero.
Yeah.
I don't want to know that behind the scenes he was an asshole. I don't want to know that behind the scenes, he was, he was a dictator. He was he had creative control. So, they wanted to give a push to this guy, but Hulk Hogan. I don't want to know all that. I don't care. Because that was our hero. That was somebody we looked up to. We idolized. We ate our vitamins. We said our prayers. We worked out because we wanted to be. It's like even professional sports. I don't want to know that Mark McGuire was on steroids. I don't want to know that Jose Canseco was on steroids.
The Oakland Athletics are on steroids.
I don't want to know. These are people you idolize. You want to be like. So you know what? As a kid, you're untouched. You're, the way you see it. If you work out and you work hard and you strive to be. When you do that pickup game, I'm Jose Canseco in this one. Hell, I mean, even today, people still point to the outfield like Babe Ruth did that famous game. Don't tell me the bad stuff just to, sell controversy. Leave it be. For fuck's sake, guys. I mean, let people enjoy what they love without all that. Exactly. My favorite band, I don't care that Billy Joe Armstrong had a drinking problem. He had to go to rehab multiple times. Who cares? He put out great music. Jim Morrison is still loved today, and everybody well knows his, demons and stuff that he did. It doesn't matter. Quit taking our childhood and destroying it just for good ratings. I think it'd be even better ratings if they would fight, to bring back arcades. If they would fight to bring back, like, dude, we got one of my kids the Switch for Christmas. And one of the things I was excited about, and this brought out the kid, I'm 44, and I was so excited. I'm like, I want to play Mario Brothers, the new edition of Mario Brothers. And they don't even have that anymore. Bring it back. Run it back. If you're going to reboot all the movies from that great era, If you're going to reboot the music and redo the music, bring it back. Obviously, it still has hold power. It still has stay power. That's the way I see it. It's a good time for my catchphrase, but I'm not going to do that yet.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah. Like I said, I mean, I tell my kids all the time, they missed out on an amazing era. And just people are so happy to be miserable nowadays when life, and I'll say this as many times as I need to, life has so many tiny pleasures. Enjoy them. Live it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my rant for the evening. How are we looking on sports, homie? Are you rich yet?
No. But baseball is an absolute dog shit fucking sport. Do not ever bet it. It is fucking terrible. Don't do it.
Tell you what, though, when my Pirates hit two grand slams in one game, can you imagine if you'd actually bet on something like that?
Just bring football on.
Oh. Tell me this year that you don't think the AFC North is going to be the ultimate powerhouse.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'll tell you who's winning it all, but then I'll give what he could.
How can you not think the AFC is going to be the division in football, NFL football, to beat this year?
Who do you got? Who's your winner?
Out of the AFC?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think it's going to come down to Baltimore and my Steelers.
It's not your Steelers. Not your Steelers. You're going to be in a division where everyone has a winning record, but you're not going to beat Baltimore, and you're not going to beat the fucking uninjured Joe Burrow.
Even with them having the oldest, now they have the oldest defensive line in the NFL. They lost a lot of key players on their defense. You think the offense is going to have enough firepower?
Joe Burrow?
One player.
All right. Who's a better quarterback, Joe Burrow or Russell Wilson? Burrow.
When he's got weapons.
Jamar Chase or George Pickens? Jamar Chase. So that's...
We've got a quarterback that can actually throw regardless. They're both better than Kenny Pickett. So, yeah, we've already seen what he can do with Mason Rudolph.
Joe Mixon? He's a pretty good running back.
Joe Mixon's he was way overrated.
Way
overrated.
Your division will be tight. It will be tight, and it's good. Steelers are going to be fighting for a wild card. So
I'm probably going to get some flack from my Ohio fans, but my prediction for the AFC North is going to be, I think Baltimore's going to take the division.
The fucking Ohio fans? Man, I feel bad for them.
I think Baltimore's going to take the division. I think the Steelers are going to be number 2. And I think it's going to go Cincinnati, Cleveland. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 right there.
Cleveland's 4.
Cleveland's 4.
Cleveland's out. Cleveland ain't doing dick shit this year.
But I think we're going to see a shootout between Baltimore this year and the Steelers for the number 1 spot.
Lamar Jackson's lost like 20 fucking pounds in the offseason, and he won the MVP. Normally, if you win an MVP, you know what you do? You take the fucking year off.
Well, people were always,
you get a yacht and get fat.
I saw something neat, and I follow this dude on Instagram that goes out there and he goes into each division, and he plays multiple roles, and he did one with the North. He says, all right, first off he shows up, he's wearing a black and white shirt, and he's just the NFL, and you have all 4. You got the Steelers, the Bengals, the Browns, and Baltimore. And they're all asking, why are you here, dude? We're pretty solid on all of it. And he goes, I know. And, every one of you guys, at least 2 of you are going to make the NFL or make the playoffs. And so he started to go through. He said, let's start with Pittsburgh. Who's your quarterback? He's like, well, we would like to think that, Justin Fields is going to be the face of the organization, but the way things are looking, it's going to be, and when they went to Baltimore, they're like, so you guys are relying heavily on, Derrick Henry. What do you say to those guys that, question whether he's going to lose, whether he's lost a step? And this stood out. He said the first time you get a Lamar Jackson and you get a Derrick Henry option play, that's going to answer a lot of questions. You got a very dangerous
dude. If you put Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and Mark Andrews within the 10-yard line, and you give me 4 fucking downs, fuck that, the 20-yard line, so I can still get a first down. Who the fuck is going to stop that? What defense can prepare for that? You're preparing for an option for Henry, so defense focuses on him. Lamar runs fucking wild, or he dumps off the fucking Mark Andrews.
So I'm going to tell you right now.
It's fucking, dude. Baltimore is going to put up some points that Pittsburgh cannot.
This is not going to be because this is not said because I'm biased with my Steelers. The Steelers are going to have, I feel, easily one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL this season.
They always have a top 5 defense. But against something like that, that is a fucking machine.
They filled some seriously needed spots on defense. So when it comes to that option, I think Baltimore's going to be a little bit disappointed when they come down. But when you think about it, 9 times out of 10, a Baltimore Steelers game is going to be a low-scoring, high-defense game.
All right. Because you know what both teams are going to be able to do? They're both going to be able to churn out 10 yards at a time. First down, and it's going to come down to red zone. That's going to be who can put it in and who the fuck's going to kick it in. So, I mean, all your games are going to be within, 6.5. That's what they're going to be all season.
But then again, I will say this much, that, what I've said tonight about my boys is a very, very, very big boast, given that they have arguably the hardest second half of football.
Because you're playing Philly.
I don't think your boys are going to be as big as you think. And
how the fuck they are?
I hope to God that I'm a big Saquon fan. I hope to God that he produces for them.
He's not gonna have to, man. He's not gonna have to carry most load because we got
Steelers.
Weapons fucking everywhere, dude. You know what? Give me
like who? Now
weapons?
Yeah.
Hurts, Barkley,
Yep, here we go.
AJ Brown, Smith,
AJ Brown,
Goddard. Dude.
Wow.
Dude, we're fucking loaded.
Wow.
Absolutely fucking jacked up. Jacked.
So we got pound for pound 2 the best running backs in the NFL right now.
And Saquon's not going to have to carry 20 times a game. So he's not going to get hurt.
2 guys that have both ran for over 1,000 yards.
Saquon did it backwards.
I can't wait for this game.
Product of fucking Penn State, baby.
Just like I'm telling you right now, guys.
We will have a large personal wager on this.
Is it November? It's November that the Steelers are playing?
December 15th.
December. Okay.
December 15th. So, Steelers and Eagles score.
Let's do the math. Let's see. July, August, September, October, November, December. So
mark be at that motherfucker.
In 5 months, this gentleman is going to be crying. Not once, but twice, because Pittsburgh has beat his boys. And we're going to get to watch at least one of them this Saturday. We'll go. Are we still going to that, or is it kind of up in the air?
Not this Saturday. It's next Saturday, isn't it?
No, it's this Saturday.
21st.
It's this Saturday.
No, this Saturday is like the 22nd. I think we're like a week off. Pirates, Phillies?
Pirates, Phillies.
Yeah. Phillies are going to dominate. They dominated I'm pretty sure they just swept the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani, fantastic baseball player. Pretty sure the Phillies just swept the shit out of them.
Nope, not the Guardians. My bad.
Yeah. Cleveland's number one in the fucking out there. So your playoffs, if baseball died today, it'd be Cleveland, it'd be the Dodgers, it'd be Philly. Pittsburgh would be borderline wild card. Who else is fucking killing it right now? Baltimore and Yankees. Baltimore's good as shit, except they just got their fucking dick fucking chopped off by the Cubs.
So we might have a problem then, homie.
Yeah, we got some DJ shit going on that day.
I was 100% that it was this weekend.
I think it's.
I thought it was this weekend. You said.
I think it's the weekend after. 4-game series, 21st.
Yeah.
21st is today. I don't know.
Unless we make it on that Sunday, which is an afternoon game. Luckily, I'm at the Mustang that night, so I mean that's a short night for me, close night.
You know what's good going to a baseball game? Getting hammered the night before, getting a short sleep, getting up and fucking going out and fucking tailgating.
Ugh.
Hair of the dog, baseball game, some fucking some $10 wiener, and yeah, that's a good
Which
time.
I found out now the stadium dog is back.
They do the dollar dog. I think it's on Wednesdays or Thursdays.
No, not that one. They've actually got the foot long.
Oh yeah,
they got the beast back.
Oh, it's a BBC all day. It is good. It is good shit. It is good shit. Real fucking meat hot dogs. I mean, you're paying top dollar, but I don't know something about the way they grill them bitches.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna make sure I keep the date open. I'm thinking this year though, and again we bring it up. We're gonna have to. We need the likes. We need the subscribes. We need the follows.
Oh, we need to go live, man. We don't take you guys with us.
I want to go live this year from Ribfest.
Ribfest. I want Beer Fest. I want fucking Picklesburg. I want Beersburg. What the fuck was that? Beer Fest.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the Beer Fest here was the first time we went was awesome. It was so much fun, dude. There was the second time you had a handful of beers, and the rest of it was seltzers and slushies and wine and coolers and.
I won't stand for that.
It really was not.
Yeah, no.
They didn't even have like representatives from those particular places like they did last time. This time, it was. It was literally PNC Park workers that
got fucked up because they deserved to.
They were the ones like serving, and every time we would ask them, "Hook me up, brother."
Yeah,
we're in the last 5 minutes, so I'm kind of impressed. I figured the way people were acting that we were actually going to get slammed tonight, but I mean it happens. So, anyways, go ahead and pour us another shot. It'll be the last shot of the night. Oh, wait.
Oh, no, she just granted us another 10 minutes.
Apparently, we got something going on. Possibly another special guest. I'll take you to Maryland's Ocean City. Only if I get to wear my black and gold the whole time, piss people off, because everybody knows when I go into enemy territory, I am that asshole troll.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, babe. Fuck Baltimore. Fuck the Orioles and like all of it. What do they call them? The fucking dirt birds.
The rat bird.
Shit birds.
I always wear my colors.
Yeah. Have fun with that shit.
You're gonna be closer to the rat birds than we are.
No. Fuck
come on, Eagles.
Fucking dude.
You guys couldn't even come up. We're the Steelers. We got a
my team is the absolute fucking tits.
We have a solid blue collar name about iron workers and steel workers, and You guys got a fucking bird that gets beat by crows. There it is. Fly high, Eagles.
What's your playoff record?
Better than yours.
The
What's
fuck it is in the last 5 years. My boys are always in there.
Still better than yours.
2 NFC championships,
Still better than
and a
yours.
Super Bowl. So that's pretty fucking good. And
At least you guys had Randall Cunningham at one point.
my man, number 12. Yeah,
At best.
at best.
It's the best thing to come out of Philadelphia.
All right,
Guys,
so
you need to
so
you need to recruit from what do we got here?
I know. My wife, Bill's ex-wife, just came in here with a mixer of. I'm gonna go alcohol. Is there alcohol in it? All right, let's go. So my new wife just brought in fucking booze, shook it up. Have no idea where it came from. Are there psychedelics?
We're calling this the Cosby. Here we go. Cheers.
The fuck? How about the Blumpkin?
Can't say I hate it.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Sarah, you never fucking. This is why we're married.
And she's the queen of the you might be married, but I'm the one sleeping with her.
For now.
And this is why me and this douchebag are friends. It's
So
crazy.
what was it, Sarah? What's in it? What's in it? It was really fucking
No,
good.
she's camera shy. She's not one.
Well, no, she could a red. Oh my god, that's why I came.
And I'm gonna make an apple window.
Oh my god, so you got Red Stag, and you hid it from us.
Oh, you shouldn't see me at the liquor store.
Oh my!
Why would you do
Oh
that?
my god, Sarah went to the liquor store and she got
I
our
sent my
favorite
wife-
shit
I
and
was
hid it from.
referring earlier
Oh,
because
my.
we were out of proper. And she, I gave her the money to get some proper and stuff. Me and Steve have multiple times said that one of our worst enemies is the red stag.
And she got it, and she dropped our shit off, and then she ran in.
So for as
fucking
many
hit it.
times as we've been
Well
scolded
done.
for being
Don't
out
let
here
us know where it
drinking and
is.
doing, just being, idiots and stuff, and she turns around and buys us one of the main culprits to our.
She just perfected the fucking red tea. It was the best one I've ever had. It was really good.
I'd have been happier if she made the green tea.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm up.
So, anyways,
With apple.
hang on.
Oh my god, and a Sarah twist.
I was talking about.
Oh my god.
I was talking to you. Wait, I was talking about taking you to the
Damn,
Beer
Sarah.
Oktoberfest in Ocean City. Why do we got to go to Ocean City for an Oktoberfest, though? At this point, we can go to Slippery Rock. I'm sorry. I mean, it sounds great. But I'm going to tell you right now, Slippery Rock's got a killer Oktoberfest. And it's going to be hard to beat. But on that note,
I might go.
so we've hit the overtime. It's just a day in September.
Then how's it Oktoberfest?
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, that'd be Septemberfest.
That's Septemberfest. People screw things up.
Fucking, I swear to God, they can't get shit right.
So, anyways,
I love you so much, Sarah.
she just keeps feeding us more and more Red Stag. Great idea.
Yeah, red stag.
All right, so instead of doing proper, we're gonna finish the night off with a red tea. See?
Red brilliant tea with an apple twist.
Cheers! Here's to the last shot.
Catch you guys next time, man. Please like, subscribe, and share because it makes us gives us the
It gives us
opportunity
the
to,
opportunity to do better things. More
for
things.
you guys. So we want to go live. I want to do a Ouija board on the bridge, and you'll see me run like a fucking little bitch.
So I will say, as always, everything we say on here is just our opinion. We tell the truth as we know it to be. But then again,
It could be the alcohol talking. Yesterday it was liquor.